The Rolex Middle Sea Race is one of the world's premier classic yacht races. Starting on Saturday, the 21st of October, the 606 nautical mile race is a stringent test of sailing prowess. Partnered by Rolex since 2002, the reputation and international profile of the contest has risen considerably over the course of its 55-year history, reaching heights quite unexpected when it was first held in 1968. For this year's race, a fleet of more than 100 yachts is anticipated, representing 25 countries, and crewed by some of the best and most passionate offshore sailors.
The Rolex Middle Sea Race, one of sailing's great offshore challenges. Starting and finishing in Malta, this 606 nautical mile race, organised by the Royal Malta Yacht Club and supported by Rolex for over 20 years, is renowned for its circular racetrack and breathtaking scenery. The Strait of Messina, the active volcanoes of Etna and Stromboli, and the outlying islands, including Favignana, Pantelleria and Lampedusa, provide a stunning route around Sicily and at the epicentre of the Mediterranean Sea.
To me, it's a bit of a mythical race in that lots of corners, lots of landmarks that I enjoy going around.
The competition is compelling. For the 44th edition, more than 100 yachts from over 25 nations are expected to take on a relentless challenge, where the crews can encounter punishing and brutal seas and benign calm, often in the same race, placing extraordinary physical and tactical demands on even the most experienced competitors.
This one has something special because it's super technique, super complex, and you really need to be at the top of all your skills in this race.
Professional crews on cutting-edge multi-hulls and Grand Prix monohulls share the spectacular course with smaller boats, crewed by skilled and passionate amateurs. And it is these entries that give the race its incomparable Corinthian spirit.
You can never relax in this race, really, even in light condition. It's mentally very demanding.
The 2023 Rolex Middle Sea Race commences from Valletta on the 21st of October.
This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, October 20th, 2023. If you look through the list of skippers and co-skippers for the Transat Jacques Vabre, Normandy Le Harve 2023, you will discover that the biggest representation of any nation in the race, apart from France, is from Britain. 8 British sailors will take part in the biennial double-handed classic, which starts from Le Havre on October 29th. We feature Sam Goodchild, who is sailing the former Super IMOCA, LinkedIn, which he rebranded For the Planet. Designed by Guillaume Verdier, it was built in 2019, in Italy.
Là, c'est un peu le calme avant la tempête quand même. Je pense que pile poil au moment du départ, il y a le petit front qui va passer, ça va monter d'un coup, avec la pluie qui va avec.
Le vent est assez shifty, donc il y a des grains un peu partout. Là, on essaye de trouver le bon endroit pour se mettre sur la ligne. Le vent à 260, plutôt gauche. De la ligne. Ouais, on y va. Full vitesse. Ah, plus. Attention au rec, on commence à bien démarrer.
Passage de la dernière marque.
Je suis un petit peu tard, mais pas mal. C'est bien refait, on va croiser contact avec Charles. À faire le tour quoi. Ouais. C'était sympa avec Sam là, qui connaît déjà bien le bateau. On n'a pas eu besoin de trop se parler pour se trouver et se comprendre. Ça c'était bien sympa. Là tu me déconcentres là, c'est pas fini la course. Oui.
C'est incroyable. 600 000 avec Thomas, c'est la première fois qu'on a navigué ensemble. Et c'était top, je pense qu'on a bien travaillé ensemble, c'était agréable. Tout ce qu'on veut dans un régate. Et on a fait un bon petit perf aussi, troisième, on est pas content avec ça.
In a dramatic turn of events overnight, the Finnish yacht Spirit of Helsinki, skippered by Jussi Paavoseppä, grabbed the #1 spot for the first time from the legendary Pen Duick VI. With just 450 nautical miles to Cape Town, the Ocean Globe race finish is too close to call. With the 4 yachts, Spirit of Helsinki, Pen Duick VI, Translated 9, and Maiden, all within 100 miles of each other, it's all to play for. Our report is from Pen Duick VI.
Semaine 4.
Waouh.
C'est ça, non?
C'est ça, je crois.
Changement d'ambiance parce qu'on est passé tu vois, d'une ambiance plutôt Boa Sorte, Cesaria Evora, Gilberto Gil, à Noir Désir, Deep Purple, AC/DC. Après avoir passé Fernando de Noronha la semaine dernière, le vent a tourné, on a pu abattre. On s'est retrouvé à un près assez débridé, dans des belles conditions de vent, avec 20-25 nœuds de vent, ce qui nous a permis de commencer à faire de très belles journées à 10 nœuds de moyenne à peu près, et là on a commencé à engranger à 230 000 par 24 heures, où là Pen Duick VI rigole, clairement il rigole, quoi. Là il commence à allonger, en plus quand il est long, bah, du coup il est hyper puissant, il peut toujours taper dans la vague. Mais en gros c'est la vague qui a mal quoi. Lui il va taper dedans, il va transpercer le truc et il va passer et c'est là où c'est impressionnant. à barrer, il est extraordinaire. Bon, il y a un sentiment de puissance, de liberté, de jouissance totale, très très euphorisant. Tout le monde se dispute les quarts de barre. Ça a été des très très belles journées. L'idée en fait c'était vraiment de pouvoir employer le bateau à plus de 100% et toujours être dessus et aller le chercher et aller commencer à vraiment tirer dessus. À envoyer des ris, affaler des ris, envoyer trinquettes lourdes, rafaler, renvoyer trinquettes légères, rafaler, renvoyer trinquettes lourdes, se dire ok, est-ce qu'on a la bonne combinaison de voile ou pas? Bim, on renvoie un riz, ok, non là c'est trop, là on rafale. La différence elle est très fine entre le bateau qui va être gité et le bateau qui va être vautré, le bateau qui va tenir et juste le bateau qui va être heureux. Pen Duick VI c'est un bateau qui est capable d'encaisser et qui est très très dur au mal, donc il va pouvoir rester avec beaucoup de toile et ça va tenir. Mais c'est pas parce qu'un bateau tient que forcément tu vas vite. Donc l'idée c'est de toujours réduire. Plus on réduit, plus on va baisser le centre de gravité des voiles, plus on va accélérer. Donc c'est à nous de toujours se dire ok, est-ce qu'on a la bonne combinaison de voile, est-ce que c'est pas trop, est-ce que c'est pas trop peu, toujours un peu sur le fil. Là on est par 30-33 degrés sud, c'est-à-dire qu'on est quasiment un peu plus que le mi-chemin entre l'équateur et les Cap Horn, donc on se rapproche vraiment du sud. Comme on n'a pas de météo, en fait on navigue à l'aérologie, à l'étude des nuages et au baromètre. Donc en fait dès que le baromètre monte, on abat et on suppose qu'il y a un anticyclone quelque part et on essaie de s'en écarter. Et dès que le baromètre descend, on reloffe et on se dit, hop, avec un peu de chance ça va passer. Alors, le fait marquant de la semaine, les nouvelles de terre ne nous manquent absolument pas, à part la Coupe du Monde de rugby. Où là, je crois qu'on a tous les résultats de quasiment tous les matchs. Et forcément, on attendait très très impatiemment le France-Italie, surtout pour défier nos petits copains de Transat Jacques Vabre. On était à deux doigts de se faire le match par BLU. Et maintenant on est à fond parce que le 15 octobre il va y avoir le France-Afrique du Sud. Je pense qu'on sera encore en mer, mais bon c'est pas grave. Allez les bleus, on reste compact, solide sur les appuis.
We are Sailing Only Media. Please subscribe, share, like, and check the alerts bell. After a 3-week refit, the IMOCA Helsinki RB was relaunched in Brittany. The skipper of the Swiss 60-footer is looking forward to getting to grips with the machine he'll be taking around the world next year for what will be one of the biggest challenges of his sailing career. The Vendée Globe, a non-stop single-handed round-the-world race without assistance.
Every day I spend in this boat, I see more details and I realize that the guys worked so hard to make all of this ready. I think that's impressive, and I had a chat with Nico and we said we feel so fortunate that we are able to step on this boat and the boat is in this shape and we can discover the potential, and I think that's super special. It's for me it's a dream what's coming true. I'm very young, I'm 28 years old and I'm leading up to a beautiful campaign, and you have all these, men and women working so hard in the past as well to make this piece of art, and I literally think this is a piece of art and I can't wait to go on the water and to discover it.
Tu peux te dire d'un côté on part de zéro parce que effectivement oui on a quand même commencé il y a 4 semaines et on a quand même de la chance parce qu'on récupère quand même un super bateau qui non seulement en plus d'être performant je pense a été très bien construit, très bien conçu. Je pense que pour moi le vrai début c'est quand on va hisser les voiles, tu vois, mais bon c'est déjà, le bateau est dans l'eau, c'est déjà top.
In 3 weeks we will sail to Martinique with a crew of 5. And then Nico will do the retour à la base, solo as qualifier for the Vendée Globe. Past few days I met the team and there's a small group what was from the previous team, but there's a lot of new people involved in the project. And I think it's special and it's thanks to them that the boat is now here and in this shape. So yeah, we look forward to a bright future.
Anticipation hung thick in the air as the final unfolded against the backdrop of the Levante wind, lending an electrifying atmosphere to the climax of the GWA Wingfoil World Cup. Chris McDonald wasted no time unleashing a barrage of colossal tricks, setting the stage for a compelling battle to secure his world title in Tarifa.
Good morning, everybody. It is finals day here at the Tarifa Wing Pro. We could be, as the Levante is here one more time, crowning our event winner and a possible new world champion. The action kicked off at midday with the men's quarter-finals in strong Levante winds. The athletes truly raised the bar with their performances here in Tarifa. Bastien Escoffet was on fire during the quarter-finals and his powered frontside 10 scored him a perfect 10.0. Axel Gerard managed to advance all the way to the semi-finals where he was defeated by Malo Guenolet and local rider Jerome Cloetens. Escoffet managed to land a back motor frontside 3 combo move, the first we have seen, which secured his spot in the final. Chris McDonald continued his stellar form all the way to the finals, with his eye on the goal of being crowned world champion here in Tarifa. Anticipation was high for the final where Val de Vaqueros Beach was packed with spectators. All 4 finalists were close in points right up until the final trick attempts. Chris managed to hold his lead to the final moment. Allowing him to take the crown and become our 2023 GWA Wingfoil World Champion in the surf freestyle discipline. Second place went to Bastien Escoffet, followed by Jerome Cloetens and Malo Guenolet.
It feels great to compete at home. All my home crowd, my friends are here, and everyone was cheering for me, so that felt really good. I wish I could have given more. I really wanted to go home with the win, but yeah, still podium. I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, podium at home, can't complain, but I wish I would have won. Congrats to Chris for winning the world title. Crazy.
Yeah, it's second place in a row up to Denmark, so I'm super stoked. It was my dream condition. I was stuck on the 3-0, landed my back mob, landed my 10, so I'm so stoked to get a second place again.
I feel amazing. A lot of super hard work got me here. I've been training so hard the past few months. Diamonds are created under pressure, and it was definitely a hard heat, but I mean, stoked to come out on top and excited for years to come.
Emirates Great Britain strategist and Women's Pathway ambassador Hannah Mills reflects on the progress made in Season 3 and reveals what's coming up for the program in Season 4. Looking back at Season 3, there were loads of milestone moments for the Women's Pathway. Seeing France's Manon Audinet take on flight control in Singapore showed big progression, and is definitely what we are striving for, to see more females getting time in different roles on board the F50S.
The Women's Pathway programme with SailGP developed over 2 years ago now and kind of launched officially at Cadiz, Spain, SailGP back in 2021, which was the first time we have female athletes racing on board the boats. And since then, every single race and every single boat has had a female athlete racing on board to date. So over the last 2 years of the Women's Pathway programme, our Emirates GBR SailGP team have done loads of work actually to get more female athletes opportunities sailing these types of boats. So since the Women's Pathway programme got launched officially and females were racing on the boats in 2021, I think we've had 4 or 5 different female athletes come through and race at different events on the boat and be part of the team and learn from the team and then be able to take that away and put it into their own sailing. We've also now got 2 female athletes, myself and Hannah Diamond, as kind of full-time members of the team, and so the plan is there to get me driving the boat as much as possible, to get Han Diamond doing the wing trim as much as possible, and so upskilling so that hopefully when we've had enough time and the team are confident, we can start to do some of those roles in the practice racing and then in the actual racing as well.
The Brits are enjoying seeing more of them about as they work their way up the IMOCA ladder. It's really cool, enthused Pip Hare, who has chosen to remain based in the UK with her Medallia-sponsored team, located in Poole Harbour. In this video, Pip takes a look ahead to the next race of the season, the Transat Jacques Vabre, and reflects on the last time she took part in the iconic race as part of qualifying for the Vendée Globe.
This will be the 3rd time that I've taken part in the Transat Jacques Vabre race, and actually the last time was in 2019, and it was my final qualification race for the Vendée Globe. And it was quite a different race then, so the course was different because we went to Brazil, so the start was in Le Havre, the finish was in Brazil, but also I still hadn't had a major sponsor come on board, and my team was very much made up of friends and volunteers. So the race itself was quite challenging because my original co-skipper managed to break his arm just 5 weeks before the start of the race. So I had to get a new co-skipper in and was very happily able to sail with my good friend from mini days, Ishbrand Ent, the Dutch sailor, and he kind of moved heaven and earth to change his schedule and come and be my co-skipper because he knew how important it was for Vendée qualification. And we had a sponsor come in at the last minute, a company called Codestone, who gave us enough funds to get through that final race. And we turned up in Le Havre. I had a really big shore crew. I think my shore crew was about 19 people. It was friends and then some volunteers who had read about what we were doing on the internet and joined us. And every day we grafted so hard to get that boat ready. And it was just a really fun time to work with all of those people to a common goal. The race itself, Ish and I were really kind of trying to push, but at the same time very aware that the boat needed to survive that Atlantic crossing. We really enjoyed sailing together. We had some great times, and I was so happy arriving in Brazil because I knew that I had qualified for the Vendée Globe race when I turned up, and it was a truly great moment to think that I'd started out that year with a £25,000 loan, a crowdfund, and no experience sailing in IMOCA at all. And by the end of the TJV in 2019, against all the odds, I had qualified for the Vendée Globe. So well supported by friends, family, and our volunteer community. It was just a great end to the year. So the TJV now goes from Le Havre down to some islands off the coast of Brazil and then finishes back in Martinique again. So the course itself is very different because we have to cross the equator twice, cross the doldrums twice, which will make it a tactically challenging race. Obviously, we are not kind of bumping along the bottom now. We have an amazing boat. I've got a team that work with me to prepare the boat, and Nick and I have had a good opportunity to practice and get used to sailing. But I guess the similarities in the race will be that it's still a qualification race for the Vendée. My main objective is still to finish the race because I actually have to race back again in November. our goals are to learn as much as possible about the boat, to get an idea of its performance relative to other people in the class, but primarily to finish the race with the boat in good condition and me in good condition so that I can race back to France in November.